And we'll start with the official report.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Last Thursday was our annual Student Government Day, which students from Southgate Anderson High School visited our municipal complex and experienced the inner workings of our city government. They had the opportunity to tour many of our city departments. They had they visited with the elected officials and conducted a mock council meeting. I'd like to thank their sponsors, Michelle Cieslak, and new this year, Zach Cruz. Also the Southgate Rotary and Kiwanis Clubs for providing breakfast and lunch, and my administrative assistant, Laura Walsh, for once again coordinating this enriching event. This year's honorary mayor was Mohammed Sayadi. He is an amazing student. It was a pleasure to meet him and all of the graduating seniors who were part of this year's Student Government Day. Best wishes to all of them on their future endeavors. Our 49th annual Heritage Day celebration is just 2 weeks away. We'll get started on Thursday, June 5th, with the arrival of our carnival vendor, Elliott's Amusements. Besides the rides in Midway, Elliott's has continued their commitment to promote reading in our elementary schools. Each school has received free wristbands for students who have read the most books in and out of the classroom this spring. This is something they've been doing for the past 7 years, and it has been a real hit for our young students. Friday's events include the 11th annual all-school, all-class reunion. The Southgate Historical Foundation will once again be providing school displays from Schaefer, Southgate High, Aquinas, and Southgate Anderson. These displays will be located near the concession area at Market Center Park. Friday's entertainment will include kind of a West Country Western theme with performances from Double Wide Ride and Cody Boggs. On Saturday morning, things get started with our annual Heritage Days Parade at 11 a.m. from Grogan Elementary School on Burns. Immediately following the parade will be our Taste of the Town event that'll be on the grounds of Market Center Park as well, featuring the delectable delights from now 25 local eateries. Hopcat just confirmed today that they're going to have a presence there as well. It is a great place to enjoy a fabulous lunch after the parade. During the Taste of the Town, we will also be holding a short ceremony to recognize this year's Heritage Days Parade Grand Marshal, who will be Wayne County Executive Warren Evans. Mr. Evans has an unwavering commitment to improve the lives of our residents throughout Wayne County, and in particular the city of Southgate. Over the past few years, we have forged a strong partnership. The result has yielded a substantial increase in county grant funding for numerous projects throughout the community. It's very appropriate that Mr. Evans receives this special recognition from our great city. After the Taste of Town event, several of the other family-friendly events will take place, including Kid Olympics, face painting, and music bingo. At 2 p.m., our police community relations team will be hosting a cornhole tournament. Registration is available online or on the day of the event. The Downriver Community Federal Credit Union will also be sponsoring a car show and business expo in their parking lot from noon to 4 p.m. Turning to Saturday, Saturday's entertainment, that will include Little Davey and the Diplomats, Acoustic Beer League, Detroit Drive, and Killer Flamingos. Saturday night will also feature our amazing laser light show at about 10 p.m. For complete information and specific times of all the events, please review the latest edition of the Southgate Star or visit our City of Southgate website. On behalf of the residents and elected officials of this great community, I would like to thank all of the Heritage Day sponsors, our Downtown Development Authority, our employees, and especially all of the volunteers for their support of this wonderful community event. Without their time and contributions, our Heritage Day celebration would not be possible. Lastly, our annual solemn Memorial Day service is scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, May 22nd at 6 p.m. at our Veterans Memorial located just adjacent to this building in the library parking lot. I commend Mr. Jim Austin and his dedicated group of VFW and American Legion members for once again organizing this event. It is the true reason and purpose for our Memorial Day holiday. Tomorrow's weather forecast may include some rain, so we will be setting up in the library conference room as an alternative if the event of rain occurs at the time of the ceremony. My family and I are looking forward to seeing many of our residents in attendance to pay tribute to those who gave their lives in service to our country. Please keep our current armed forces members in your prayers, as well as those families who lost a loved one serving this great nation. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Thank you.
Mr. Treasurer?
No report.
Councilman Erich?
No report.
Councilman Roush?
No report.
Councilman Graziani? Public Safety did meet today. On the fire side of things, an update on the house on Edison. All the gas appliances have been removed and they've been sent to the lab, so we're waiting on the lab to tell the exact reason for the explosion. They have undergone some pressure testing at each floor at the Big Tower apartment, so things are progressing over there as well. And there are some interviews underway at the fire department to potentially expand their manpower. On the police side of things, we have some officers in training for SHIELD leadership and command presence. Councilwoman George.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Case Commission met last night. The new DDA Director, Maria Diaz, was present to offer assistance to the commissioners as they finalized concerts in the park and discussed future events. A special thank you to Marion Boland for making the beautiful wreath, which will be presented at the memorial service tomorrow night. The new secretary of the commission is Tammy Iverson, who takes over for former longtime scribe Nancy Gratz. Thank you, Tammy. We appreciate your work. The Commission on Aging will be meeting Thursday, June 5th at noon. All seniors, or those over 55, I should say, are invited. In the meantime, take advantage of some of the free events that take place daily at the senior center: the walk club, billiards, euchre, pinochle, bingo. And there will be a bus that will be offering free rides this year to the concerts in the park, which will be starting June 17th. The space is limited, so you must register with Diane at the senior center. And the concerts in the park will be on Tuesdays starting June 17th. And if you are interested in a ride, you must contact Diane at the Senior Center, 734-258-3066. And again, seats are limited. And that's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Councilman Erich.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Hello, everyone. The Planning Commission did meet on May 12th, 2025. We discussed and approved the special conditions site plan review for CA Commercial Development with Mark Wilholt for 16200 Fort Street, proposing to construct, get this, a Panera Bread and a Chipotle restaurant. Yay! With some items to be addressed, so it's based upon conditional items such as hours of operation, trash enclosures, and things of that nature. They also discussed the upcoming meeting for next month, where talks will continue on the master plan. The corridors chapter is what we're still working on, so that will continue, and we're hoping by September that we would review the whole master plan and hopefully have something to council by October, November. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman Golick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Downtown Development Authority did not meet in May, but we will meet on June 12th, and we'll introduce our new DDA Director, Maria Diaz, to the commission. Additionally, the mayor did talk about the Heritage Car Show, and all members that are entering a car in the show are also asked to participate in the parade if they'd like to. So contact the mayor's office if you'd like to get your car in the parade. And then as a side note, I've had 3 residents approach me in the last month about signage issues in the city. One was concerning faded stop signs, one was concerning noise restrictions at the nature center, and another with a autistic child in the neighborhood. And I wanted to thank the administration and departments for taking care of those signs in a timely manner, and encourage all the residents to either call the administration or call one of the council people when you see those things happening in the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Marsh, please, for the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening. First item under Communications A is related to the public hearing that was held on May 7th, and that's regarding the approval of the 2025-2026 budget and millage rates. Are there any questions from council on that first item? Okay, seeing none, the next item is a request to revise the 2025 poverty exemption guidelines and application. These guidelines were previously approved in January. Since that time, though, we've gone through our State Tax Commission Assessing Office audit. That's performed every 5 years. The State Tax Commission auditor recommended removing one line of text from our application. As noted in the letter from the deputy assessor, we're in compliance with all the substantial items, and the text correction was the only item that needed to be changed. Attached in your packet is the updated application. Are there any questions from council? Okay, seeing none. Next is the request. There is the requested approval of the 2025-2026 Southgate Wyandotte Drainage District user charges. The public hearing for these charges was held during the council meeting on May 7th. Are there any questions from council? Seeing none, next is a request for approval of the 2025-2026 water and sewer rates. That public hearing was also held on May 7th. Are there any questions from council? The next item is the mayor's appointments of Elizabeth Altizer and Haley Zayak to the Library Commission for a term expiring April 2028. Are there any questions from council regarding those appointments? Okay, seeing none, the next item is the mayor's appointment of Tony DiCarlo to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority and the Economic Development Corporation for a term expiring June 2031. Are there any questions from council? Okay, the last item under Communications A is an amendment to the Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System, or MABUS. Participation with MABUS allows the city to call on neighbors outside of Downriver Mutual Aid to assist in major emergencies. The last update to this interlocal agreement was in 2015. An updated version of the agreement is now in your packets and is recommended by both the fire chief and the city attorney. Are there any questions from council? Okay, the last item, or the next item under ordinances, it's the only item under ordinances, is the second reading of recommended changes to City Code Chapter 620. Councilman Aris Reese had noticed inconsistencies in the language, specifically around some of the use of pronouns. This updated version has resolved all those inconsistencies. Are there any questions from council? Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. We will reconvene at 7 o'clock.
library.
Anticipation.
Yes.
Places.
Everybody's ready. This is exciting.
It's now 7 o'clock. The May 21st regular meeting will begin. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Graziani.
Present.
Councilman George.
Here.
Councilman Roush.
Here.
Councilman Ayers Reese.
Present.
Councilman Golick.
Here.
Councilman Erridge.
Present.
Councilman Cuspa.
Here. I need a motion to approve the work study meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion, we approve the work study meeting dated May 7th, 2025.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the regular city council meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Madam Chair,
Councilman Ayers Reese? I don't know.
I make a motion, we approve the regular city council meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Support.
Motion by Ayers Reese, supported by Ayers. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the public hearing rate increase meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman Ayers Reese.
I make a motion, we approve the public hearing rate increase meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Support.
Motion by Ayers Reese, supported by Roush. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. And a motion to approve the public hearing millage rates meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion, we approve the millage rate meeting dated May 7th, 2025.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Lastly, I need a motion to approve the public hearing SWDD meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Madam Chair,
Councilman Erridge.
make a motion to approve the public hearing of the SWDD meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025.
Support.
Motion by Ayers, supported by Golick. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. No scheduled person in the audience, no consideration of bids, and no scheduled hearings. First item under Communications A is a memo from the Finance Director regarding approval of 25-26 budget and millage rates. Madam Clerk.
Pursuant to the proposed budget hearing held on May 7th, 2025, the following are the proposed millage rates to be levied for the 2025-26 fiscal year budget. The description to include general operating rubbish, Act 345 retirement, library operating, Parks and Rec of 2017, Act 359 of 1925, roads. The 2024-25 approved total summer levy is 26.5476. The 2025-26 proposed total summer levy is 26.9476. The 2025 Headley millage reduction factor for Southgate was 0.9928, resulting in a decrease of 0.1105 to the city's overall operating millages. Act 345 retirement levies is exempt from Headley rollbacks. Act 359 of 1925 levy restricts the tax levy to no more than $50,000 per year. As such, that millage has been adjusted accordingly. In addition, relative to the proposed budget, a motion is required in order to levy the 1% administration fee for all taxes to be levied and collected during the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. A resolution is attached adopting the proposed budget for fiscal year 2025-26. Also, a resolution authorizing the establishment of the above millage rates and the 1% administrative fee is requested.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion, we adopt the fiscal year 2025 2026 proposed operating budget and proposed millage rates as presented, and authorize the 1% administration fee for all taxes to be levied and collected during the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by Ayers Reese. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a memo from the Finance Director regarding the 2025 poverty exemption guidelines and application. Madam Clerk.
I have reviewed the above with the Deputy City Assessor and concur with their request for City Council to approve the revised 2025 poverty exemption guidelines and application. The revision involves a removal of a clause in the asset level guidelines for poverty exemption, referring to shall not have ownership interest in any other real estate other than the primary residence. The revision to remove this clause was at the recommendation of the State Tax Commission auditor while performing a routing audit of our assessing office.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman George.
I move to approve the revised 2025 poverty exemption guidance and application based on guidance from the Michigan State Tax Commission.
Support.
Motion by George, supported by Golick. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a memo from the finance director regarding 25-26 SWDD user charges. Madam Clerk.
A public hearing was held on May 7th, 2025 for discussion and comments regarding the proposed Southgate Wyandotte Drainage District 2025-26 special assessments. It is recommended that City Council adopt a resolution which approves the 2025-26 fiscal year apportionment for the City of Southgate in the amount of $1,575,810.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman George.
I move to approve the 2025-26 fiscal year apportionment of costs related to the operations, maintenance, and replacement of facilities constructed by the Southgate Wyandotte Relief Drainage District in the amount of $1,575,810.
Support.
Motion by George, supported by Ayers Reese. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a memo from the finance director regarding the 25-26 water and sewer rates. Madam Clerk.
Each year during the budget process, administration reviews the water and sewer rates based on the budgeted expenditures and volumes and proposes adjustments to allow the rates to cover operations, management, and capital requirements of the system. The proposed rates, along with the current rates, are outlined below. The proposed rates represent approximately a 9.5% increase over the current rates for residential usage. Water, current $35.70, proposed $39.27, a 10% change. Sewer, current $46, proposed $50.60, the change would be 10%. Capital, $9, current $9, proposed $9.45, and the percent change is 5. Combined, current is $90.70, proposed is $99.32, and the change is 9.5%. Non-residential, the current is $1.53, proposed is $1.53, and the change is 0%. Administration is requesting that City Council adopt a resolution establishing the new water rate at $39.27, the new sewer rate at $50.60, the capital rate at $9.45, and the non-residential user rate at $1.53 per 1,000 cubic feet. The proposed rates will be sufficient to cover the operations, management, and capital improvement requirements of the system. The proposed rates were discussed with City Council at the April 12, 2025 budget session, and a public hearing was established on May 7, 2025 to receive comments on the proposed rates. The adopted rates will be effective July 1, 2025.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion we approve the 2025-26 proposed water rates at $39.27, the proposed sewer rate at $50.60, the proposed capital rate at $9.45, and the non-residential user rate at $1.53 per 1,000 cubic feet, with the rates effective July 1st, 2025.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by Ayers Reese. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a letter from the mayor regarding the appointments to the library commission. Madam Clerk.
Please be advised that I have made the following appointments to the Library Commission for a term expiring April 2028, Elizabeth Altizer and Haley Zayak. Your concurrence on these appointments is greatly appreciated.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Golick.
I'd like to have the city council concur with the mayor's appointments to the library commission for a term expiring April 2028. Elizabeth Altizer, Haley Zayak.
Support.
Motion by Golick, supported by Ayers. Any discussion?
Madam
Any-
Chair,
Councilwoman
just to
George.
mention that these are reappointments and to thank these ladies for their willingness to serve on the Library Commission.
Any further discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a letter from the mayor regarding appointments to the EDC and Brownsfield redevelopment. Madam Clerk.
Please be advised that I have made the following appointments to the Brownfield Redevelopment Corporation for a term expiring June 2031, Tony DiCarlo, and to the Economic Development Corporation for a term expiring June 2031, Tony DiCarlo. Your concurrence on these appointments is greatly appreciated.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman
I
George.
make a motion to approve the mayor's appointments to the Brownfield Development Corporation, Tony DiCarlo, for a term expiring June 2031, and the Economic Development Corporation, Tony DiCarlo, for a term expiring June 2031.
Support.
Motion by George, supported by Roush. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Last is a memo from the administrator regarding the amendment to MIMABAS interlocal agreement. Madam Clerk.
In January 2025, City Council approved the Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Interlocal Agreement. Participation in the Michigan MABUS Interlocal Agreement allows the city to receive additional resources from outside the downriver area when needed during emergency scenarios. In 2016, the Michigan MABUS Board updated the section regarding compensation for aid of the interlocal agreement. The Michigan MABUS Board recognized it had not received updated signed agreements from the member communities and is requesting the 2016 amended agreement to be signed by each community's chief executive officer. The city attorney has reviewed the attached amended interlocal agreement and has no objection. Therefore, I respectfully request the city council adopt a resolution to authorize the mayor to sign the attached agreement on behalf of the city.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Erich.
I move that we authorize the mayor to sign the 2016 amended Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Interlocal Agreement.
Support.
Motion by Ayers, supported by Roush. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. There's nothing under Communications B. There's one ordinance regarding the second reading of amendment to City Code Chapter 620. Councilwoman Ayers Reese.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The administration recommends amending City Code Chapter 620 drugs to include the attached language. The addition of the proposed sections, Section 620.11 will allow the city to prosecute for inhalation and consumption of chemical agents. I make a motion to approve the attached proposed amendment to City Code Chapter 620.
Support.
Drugs.
Motion by Ayers Reese, supported by Golick. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Is there any old business the council would like to discuss? Seeing none, is there any new business the council would like to discuss? Seeing none, we'll move on to unscheduled person in the audience. If you'd like to address council, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Jim Austin. I'm Commander at American Legion, 16200 Dix Toledo Road here in the city. I just wanted to remind everybody and invite everybody to our city's memorial service. I believe it's our 60th tomorrow. It's a great program. You guys have supported us throughout all these years, and we appreciate everything the city has done. I just want to remind everybody that Memorial Day is the most expensive holiday in the world. It's not about the cost of your hamburgers and hot dogs. Young men and women have laid down their lives for us to enjoy this 3-day weekend. Don't forget that. That's very important. It's not about your next best set of tires or the best mattress sale of the year. It's way more important than that. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Are there any other person in the audience that would like to address council? Seeing none, we'll move on to claims and accounts. Councilman Roush.
Move to approve warrant 1521 in the amount of $2,264,076.01.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair,
Councilman Ayers Reese.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Motion by Ayers Reese, supported by Golick. Any discussion or objection? Or adjourned?